When we think of India's freedom struggle, names like Gandhi, Nehru, and Bose often come to mind. But there were many more heroes who fought bravely, yet their stories remain lesser known. These are the unsung heroes, the men and women who sacrificed everything for the dream of a free India, yet are often forgotten in the pages of history. Join us on Worthview as we shine a light on these forgotten warriors, whose courage and determination played a crucial role in India's independence. Their stories are a testament to the indomitable spirit of a nation that refused to bow down. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Worthview, where we bring you the stories that shaped our nation. Alluri Sitarama Raju, the legendary freedom fighter from Andhra Pradesh. Born in 1897, Sitarama Raju was deeply moved by the plight of the tribal people in the Eastern Ghats. The British exploitation of these tribes and their lands ignited a fire in him, leading to one of the most significant uprisings in India's freedom struggle, the Rampa Rebellion. In 1922, Sitarama Raju took up arms against the British, leading the tribal people in a fierce guerrilla war. Armed with just bows, arrows, and a deep-seated desire for freedom, his forces struck fear into the hearts of the British authorities. Known as the Manyam Virudu, or the hero of the forest, Raju's tactics were unconventional but highly effective. He successfully targeted British police stations, looted weapons, and distributed them among the tribes, all while evading capture. Sitarama Raju's rebellion came to a tragic end in 1924 when he was captured and executed by the British. Yet, his sacrifice left an indelible mark on the freedom movement, inspiring generations to come. Aruna Asaf Ali, the grand old lady of the independence movement, was a fierce leader who played a key role in the Quit India movement of 1942. Known for her courage, she defiantly hoisted the Indian flag at the Gowaliya Tank Maidan in Mumbai, inspiring millions to rise against British rule. Her bravery and commitment to justice made her a symbol of resistance, reminding us that freedom is a right worth fighting for. Even after independence, Aruna continued to fight for the people, earning respect as a leader, social worker, and a true patriot. In 1997, the Government of India honored her with the Bharat Ratna, the nation's highest civilian award, acknowledging her invaluable contributions. Bagha Jatin, the fearless revolutionary from Bengal, earned his name by single-handedly killing a tiger. But his true battle was against British rule. Jatin was a master strategist, leading daring raids and organizing armed resistance that shook the British Empire. His ultimate sacrifice in 1915 made him a symbol of courage, inspiring countless others to continue the fight for freedom. The year was 1914, and World War I had erupted across Europe. The British Indian Army sent a large contingent of soldiers to fight against Germany, Austria-Hungary, and Italy, leaving India with only about 15,000 soldiers to maintain control. Bagha Jatin saw this as the perfect moment to ignite a rebellion against British rule. With most of the British forces occupied in Europe, Jatin realized that India was vulnerable, and the time was ripe for an uprising. He devised a daring plan to secure arms and ammunition from the Germans and launch a powerful strike against the British in India. As his plan unfolded, the British got wind of Jatin's intentions and began tracking him and his comrades. Jatin, fully aware of the risks, pressed on with his mission. Eventually, the British forces cornered him and his small group at Balasore in Odisha, leading to a fierce and desperate battle. Outnumbered and outgunned, Bagha Jatin and his comrades fought with unmatched courage. Jatin fought bravely till his last breath, refusing to surrender. His sacrifice at 35 made him a symbol of courage, inspiring countless others in the fight for freedom. Bhikaji Cama, a pioneering freedom fighter, is best known as the mother of India's first national flag. Born in 1861, she dedicated her life to the struggle for independence, even while living in exile in Europe. In 1907, at the International Socialist Conference in Germany, she boldly unfurled the first version of India's flag, declaring India's right to freedom on the global stage. Cama worked tirelessly, writing, speaking, and rallying support for India's cause. Her efforts inspired many, making her a key figure in the freedom movement. Bhikaji Cama's legacy lives on as a symbol of courage and determination. Kanaklata Barua, a brave 17-year-old from Assam, became a martyr for India's freedom. In 1942, during the Quit India movement, she led a group of villagers to hoist the Indian flag at a British-controlled police station. Defying orders to stop, Kanaklata marched forward with the flag held high. The British opened fire, and she was tragically shot down, but even in her last moments, she never let the flag fall. Kanaklata's sacrifice at such a young age became a powerful symbol of courage, inspiring countless others to join the struggle for independence. Matangini Hazra, affectionately known as the grandmother of India's freedom struggle, was a fearless freedom fighter from Bengal. In 1942, during the Quit India movement, at the age of 73, she led a march to seize a police station from British control. As she advanced with the Indian flag in hand, the British opened fire. Even after being shot, Matangini continued to march, chanting Vande Mataram until she fell. Her bravery and ultimate sacrifice became a symbol of unwavering courage, inspiring generations to fight for India's freedom. Mir Ali Khan, the firebrand revolutionary of 1857. In the year 1857, when India was rising against British rule, one man stood out, Mir Ali Khan. He was a brave freedom fighter from Patna, Bihar, who played a big role in the fight for independence. Mir Ali Khan was born into a poor family, but he had a strong desire to see India free. He organized secret meetings and distributed pamphlets that encouraged people to join the fight against the British. Unfortunately, Mir Ali Khan was caught by the British. Even in the face of death, he refused to betray his fellow fighters. On July 7, 1857, he was executed, becoming one of the first martyrs of India's freedom struggle. Though not everyone knows his name, Mir Ali Khan's courage and sacrifice are remembered as a part of India's journey to independence. Senapati Bapat, a dedicated freedom fighter from Maharashtra, earned his title Senapati, meaning commander, for his leadership in the Mulshi Satyagraha. In the 1920s, he led a non-violent protest against the British-backed construction of the Mulshi Dam, which threatened to displace thousands of villagers. Bapat's resistance became a symbol of the struggle for justice, as he stood firmly against the powerful British forces. Despite being arrested multiple times, he never gave up the fight for the people's rights. Senapati Bapat's courage and commitment to social justice made him a key figure in India's freedom movement. Uyyalawada Narasimha Reddy, known as the first rebel of India's freedom struggle, sparked one of the earliest revolts against British rule. In 1846, angered by oppressive taxes, he raised an army of 5,000 men and launched a rebellion in Andhra Pradesh. Narasimha Reddy's courage inspired many to join his fight, challenging British authority across the region. Despite being outnumbered, he evaded capture for nearly 2 years, leading a fierce guerrilla campaign. In 1847, he was finally captured and brutally hanged in front of the public to send a message. His severed head was displayed on the fort wall for years as a warning, but instead, it fueled the fire of resistance. His bravery ignited the flame of resistance, making him a legendary figure in India's fight for independence and paving the way for future generations of revolutionaries to continue the struggle. Veerapandiya Kattabomman, the warrior king who defied the British. This fearless king from Tamil Nadu was one of the earliest leaders to challenge British rule. Born into a royal family, he became king at a young age and soon found himself at odds with the British, who demanded heavy taxes from his kingdom. Kattabomman refused to bow to the British demands. He believed in the dignity of his people and stood firm against the unjust taxes. His defiance led to a fierce battle with the British forces in 1799. Though heavily outnumbered, Kattabomman fought bravely with his army, refusing to surrender. His resistance became legendary, inspiring many others in the region to stand up against British oppression. Eventually, Kattabomman was captured and hanged by the British. But his spirit of rebellion lived on, making him a symbol of courage and resistance. As we remember these 10 brave souls, we must acknowledge that they are just a few among countless others who fought and sacrificed for our nation's freedom. Their courage and determination were matched by many whose names and stories have faded over time, yet their contributions are no less significant. This video is dedicated to all the great people who fought for our freedom, whether their names are celebrated or forgotten. They remind us that the price of liberty is often paid in silence, with the selfless acts of those who never sought recognition. Today, as we enjoy the fruits of their sacrifices, let us not forget the countless unnamed heroes who laid down their lives so that we could live in a free and independent India. Their legacy lives on in the very fabric of our nation. Thank you for watching. If these stories inspired you, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Worthview. Together, let's keep the memories of these heroes alive and honor their legacy.